This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah.
Hey Subbu.
Hey, hi, Sampath.
Yeah, I just want to add on. So yesterday we discussed about the licensing, right? So okay, I just want to add on one point. In case if we buy the version 2012 SQL, so even the Microsoft or the other resellers, they will provide the two versions. Means they're able to downgrade the options for the two versions. If you go for 2012, so we have options for to downgrade to 2019 as well as the 2017. In case if they purchase 2019, they have option for 2017 and 2016. So whatever the versions they are buying, so they may opt for that options to downgrade for the two versions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Good, Jumbo. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir. Let me start with the SQL architecture. Okay. So, here the most very important components where we are going to discuss about database engine, relational engine, storage engine, networks, services, and what are the ports, like how what are the port SQL server will listen. Okay, so again, I am not going in depth again because when we are discussing performance tuning, again, I will touch base all these concepts. So when we dealing with the performance tuning, again, you will get all this concept in details with the demos because entire our SQL Server architecture optimizer will plays a major role. A buffer pool will plays a major role. Okay, these two concepts again will come up when we are discussing advanced level, when we are discussing stats, when we are discussing memory, what is memory configuration, how internally memory is working in especially with SQL Server. So again, I will come up these concepts. So what is the base concept of SQL Server architecture? How it is working? What is the mechanism? What is the data flow? Means when you open Amazon or Flipkart, any portals, or for example, I'm telling when you are trying to log in, so you will provide your mobile number or email address and you will provide the password, and you just click on login button. Okay, so once you click on login button, what's happening here? So how that connection is establishing, so how it is verifying your login name and your passwords. By mistakenly you provide wrong mobile number, by mistakenly you provide your wrong password. Okay, so incorrect user id, invalid user id, incorrect password, invalid password. So how you are getting that a response, from where it is getting that response. So all this, sir, if you wanted to understand that one, so we should know about how the SQL connectivity internally happening, how the data is flowing whenever you are trying to insert the data, whenever you are trying to update the data, whenever you are trying to modify something, how the data is flowing. Okay, in the database engine, that is a one of the major concept where we are going to focus. So before I start here, okay, so if you go and search in Google, like for example, SQL Server architecture, SQL Server, okay, architecture, and if you go to the images, you will see a lot of images. Almost all the images are the similar. You will see a lot of images, sir. So for example, if I open this one, okay, so if I open this one, you will see here three layers. One is protocol layer, SQL OS, database engine layer, and the SQL OS layer. Today, our main focus is protocol layer, database engine layer. So at the advanced level, we will discuss about the SQL OS layer. So how important? Because here we wanted to discuss lot many concepts, sir. Log manager, memory manager, thread scheduling, IO manager, buffer pool. Usually, whoever starting your career, we don't know about all these concepts. Once we start our journey, you will come to know all these concepts. Then finally, we'll discuss about SQL OS. So SQL OS is nothing but mini operating system, sir, which is trying to talk to your operating system, Windows operating system. అంటే మన SQL OS మన ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ తో will be talk to directly, sir, not our database engine, not our protocol. So when you go to the SQL Server architecture, we have three layers. Okay, one is protocol layer, that is nothing but network layer, sir. One is database engine, one is SQL OS. Today, our main focus is protocol layer, database engine. Getting my point? Later, we'll discuss about the SQL OS. Later, we'll discuss about the SQL OS architecture. Got you? So, whenever you search in Google, sir, most of the blogs, most of the Microsoft blogs or any third-party blogs will display you same kind of architecture. It's not that much complex when you go for Oracle architecture, sir. But Oracle provided each and every component in its architecture. So, for example, if you go and search for Oracle, okay, if you go and search for Oracle, see every component they displayed into the in that architecture diagram. But when you go for SQL Server, not that much, sir. Okay, so don't compare with the, but whatever the SQL, whatever the Oracle architecture you are able to see, all the components are also compatible in SQL Server. But its diagram is in the crystal clear format, but when you go to the SQL, not that much. So that is the only one difference you will notice, sir. That not that much good our documentation, especially with architecture. Image, I am telling not about the okay, a concept cluster clear, they mention everything. But when you go for image, why can't they prepare this kind of image how the Oracle architecture diagram look likes, so that we can get every pin to pin, we can get it from when you see this image, correct? Yes or no? So when you go for SQL architecture, okay, so at least someone provided a little bit more information, sir, at least. Okay, that is the only one thing. Okay, so everyone must and should know about SQL Server architecture, because that is the basic concept everyone should know, because how the data is flowing whenever you are trying to perform any operation. Anyone, sir, anyone, whenever you are performing, either you go for Oracle or MySQL or PostgreSQL, first you should know about architectures. As a database administrator, you should definitely know about the architecture, sir, because then only you will become stronger. How my data is flowing. Eh, Yes or no, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's go into our session, sir. Okay. Again, yesterday we discussed SQL Server will follow client and server architecture. We will have the client, we have the server, sir. There is no any uh, like mediator, middleware. There is no concept called middleware for SQL Server, sir. But anyone knows about Oracle apps? Anyone? To understand, sir, what is that client and server architecture? So if you know about Oracle apps architecture, sir, it is a three-tier architecture. There will be client, there will be server. Is nothing but Oracle, sir. They will use Oracle, and there is a concept called middleware. Middleware. So they will use Java as a middleware. So when you go for Oracle apps, it is following three-tier architecture, three-tier architecture. But when you go for SQL Server, will follow only two-tier architecture. Our client, our server. Your client can be any third-party tool, sir. Your client can be browser. Your client can be any third-party tools. They can directly interact with our SQL Server. But you need to make the connectivity, but that we'll discuss later. Now, in SQL Server, we have only client and server, sir. Your client is nothing but any third-party tool, sir. Any third party like Flipkart or Amazon or SBA or ICICI Bank. So any client, sir, it can be any, but your server will be Oracle or SQL or MySQL or PostgreSQL. So that is how it will make the communication, sir. There is no any middleware concept here. Okay, that's the reason we are highlighting SQL Server will follows client and server architecture. The first point clear, everyone?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. Now, sir. Okay. 1 second, sir. Okay. So SQL Server is a Microsoft RDBMS that works on the client server architecture. 1 second, sir. Okay. Yeah. So SQL Server is a Microsoft RDBMS that works on the client server architecture. Here, end users will send a request, and SQL Server will accept, process, and share the result with the user. End users are any user. Okay. If is sending a request to the SQL Server, so what SQL Server will do? SQL Server will accept, will process, and will share the result to the user. It will share the result to the user. It seems a very simple process from front end. However, there are multiple processes running in the back end. So when you see the front end, sir, so when you open Amazon, or when you open Flipkart, or when you open your bank, it's very easy, sir. Sir, for example, if you wanted to get the bank statement, what you will do? You will log into the portal. Okay, you will go to the statement and you will pass your start month and end month, from since when to when you want. So, and you will just click on submit. Once you click on submit, it will provide you the complete report of that month, right? Yes or no? When you see from front end, this is very simple, sir. But when you go to the back end only, there are lot many processes which are running in the back end to fulfill that. To fulfill that. Yep, everyone. So when you see from front end, it's very easy. But when you go to the back end only, we should know about how the data flow is happening. How? That's what very important concepts are. So now Microsoft SQL Server is very complex internal mechanism with three major components. That's what I told you, right? One is the networking. One is the networking. Okay. So one is database engine. One is SQL OS. So these are the major three components which is keep on working. So network protocols, along with the database engine, along with your okay SQL OS. See, when you if you wanted to connect to the SQL, sir, for example, if I wanted to connect to the SQL, okay, if I wanted to connect to the SQL, okay, see, so when you try to connect to the SQL, the major component is a database engine. Out of that one of the major component is database engine, sir. So that is what our main focus of today's session, how the database engine is working. So not only our database engine, sir, we have three more services. This is also very important. Analysis service, integration service, reporting service. So anyone knows about MSBA course? MSBA. Anyone, sir? Having any idea? So when you
No.
okay, MSBA is one of the technologies, sir, like Microsoft Business Intelligence. On MSBA, these are the three tools majorly they will use: analysis service, reporting service, integration service. It's again separate course, sir. But even though as a DBA, you must and should know about all these concepts, because you are only one person who is supporting DBA part for these three tools. So, but first let focus more on the database engine. At the ending, we'll focus on analysis service. reporting service, and integration service. What exactly we will do with those services. Okay, 1 second, sir. Okay, yeah. So uh, these are the four services, sir, which everyone mustn't should know. But this majorly we have separate team who is going to develop the cubes, reports, and they will develop the packages. But even though you are a DBSer, you need to know how to install analysis service, how to install reporting service, how to install integration service, how to grant the permission, how to take the backups, how to migrate, how to upgrade. Okay, in case this any one of the jobs are getting failed due to DBA related, like login fail, insufficient memory, then we need to troubleshoot, sir. We need to troubleshoot. So don't think that these are out of our scope. We need to only focus on database engine. On day one, I'm telling sir, these tools are also very important, and that's what whenever we are starting Azure, I will tell you, sir, our next generation. After you are strong at SQL Server, what is our next feature, sir? So our next feature will be integration service. Okay. So in Azure, we will call it as a data factory, sir. If you wanted to learn, you can go for Azure Data Factory. Okay. As a on-premises, we are discussing database engine. So again, that's what, sir. When we are discussing Azure, I will let you know what is our next feature after 5 years, where you wanted to stand. That is also very important, right? We don't want stick only SQL Server, sir. We need to enhance lot. So what is our next enhancement that we are going to? I will let you know, sir, whenever we are starting Azure part. Okay. Okay. Not okay. No, sir. So
Okay.
now we are going to discuss only about database engine, sir. And this is how your database engine looks like. Sir, from front end, it is very easy. Your SSMS is also one client. SSMS కూడా ఒక క్లయింట్ అండి. మీరు కనెక్ట్ అవ్వచ్చు, మీరు ఇన్సర్ట్స్ కానీ అప్డేట్స్ కానీ డిలీట్స్ కానీ ఏమైనా చేయొచ్చు సార్. మీన్స్ యూ క్యాన్ పెర్ఫార్మ్ ఇన్సర్ట్స్ ఆర్ అప్డేట్స్ ఆర్ డిలీట్ ఎనీథింగ్ సార్. Okay, but how internal it is processing, that is what very important, sir. Okay, so when you see the front end, it's very easy. You can open SSMS, you can connect to the SQL server, and you can perform inserts or updates or deletes, whatever you want, sir. But when you go to the internal, how the data is flowing, how the connection is performing, so that is what we are discussing today. Okay, so as I told you, protocol layer, sir, again, so database engine. So when you see here, we have only one engine, sir, database engine. Database engine, when you are connecting, you will connect to the database engine. But internally, we have two more engines. That is nothing but a relational engine, okay, a relational engine and a storage engine. So technically, relational engine, we can also call it as a query processing, a processing engine. Your queries, sir, inserts, update, delete, selects, creates, everything. So who is processing? Your relational engine will process. Who is storing? Your storage engine will store. Okay, so internally, again, your database engine is divided into two major components. What are those, sir? Relational engine, storage engine. Okay, not okay. So this is one component. Okay, these two are one component, and this is one component. That's why we are telling majorly we have three components. What are the three, sir? Your protocol layer, database engine layer, and SQL OS layer. Okay, so even when you go for task manager, sir, when you go for task manager, you will see currently how, oh sorry, Okay, when you open the task manager, okay, you will see currently how many SQL services are running. Okay, currently in my laptop, sir, currently three SQL Server instances are running. One, two, three. Three, sir. Three SQL instances are running. That means three database engine are running in my local laptop. In my local laptop, three database engine services are running, sir. That's the reason you are able to see one, two, three, and each SQL server there will be one process ID. This is the process ID, sir. For example, there is one issue with this instance. I wanted to kill. You can kill with the help of process ID. Don't kill any other processor. Means to stop. If I wanted to stop this service, you can click on this service and click on just end task. It will stop your SQL services, sir. But we never perform this activity in real world. Just for info, sir, I am telling. Okay, if you wanted to go and verify how many SQL services are running in my laptop, you can open the task manager. You will see SQL serve.exe. That is the one of the executable files, sir. Yep. Okay, not okay.
Okay, sir.
Now let's start one by one concept, sir. Okay, let's start one by one concept. So first we will discuss about the protocol layer, sir. Okay, sir, whenever user is trying to connect to the SQL server, either is performing select statement or insert statement or update statement or delete statement, majorly these four transactions will perform, sir. Okay, what are the four transactions sir will perform? Select is nothing but reading, sir. Again, I'm telling select is nothing but reading. So for example, if you wanted to see your bank statement, what it is, sir? Reading, right, sir? You are reading. So select is nothing but reading, sir. Okay. Insert is nothing but you are creating a record. You are creating a record. Update is nothing but your record is already available and you are updating something. Delete is nothing but you are deleting that record. Okay, deleting the record, updating the record, inserting the record, and reading the record. Select is nothing but reading, sir. Okay, so majorly overall global, these are the four basic transactions we are performing, sir. Sir, when you go for Amazon also, you will place a order, nothing but inserting your order. You will update the order. You will cancel the order. Is nothing but delete the order. Correct? Take your Amazon, sir. That is the best example. If you want to track, you can track the order, right? Okay. Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, sir, whenever user is trying to perform insert or update or delete, first it will connect to operating system where your SQL is installed, sir. First, it will connect to the operating system where your SQL is installed. Where your SQL is installed. So once it connect to the operating system through networks only, sir. Again, okay. No, network means don't think that internet, sir. Don't think that internet. Okay, net through networks. So once it connect to the network, once it connect to your operating system, okay, via network protocols, via network protocols, it will interact with the SQL server. It will interact with the SQL server. Means if I want to connect to the SQL server, so between your operating system, between your SQL, there is one layer called protocol layer. మీ ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ కి మీ సీక్వెల్ కి ఒక ప్రోటోకాల్ లేయర్ ఉంటుందండి. సో దేర్ ఈస్ అ ప్రోటోకాల్ లేయర్ సార్ విచ్ ఈస్ making a communication, which is making a bridge between your operating system and between your SQL server. Getting my point, sir? So This is a major component, one of the major component to make the bridge between your operating system to SQL Server. SQL Server. So when you specially go here, okay, so network protocols. Okay, see, SQL Server network interface is the network protocol layer to connect to the DB instance. Okay, SQL Server supports three protocol for networking connectivity. So we have three protocols, sir. We have three protocols. One is shared memory, named pipes, TCP/IP. Shared memory, named pipes, TCP/IP means whenever user is performing any query, so how it is making communication to the SQL server with this protocol, in the form of TDS, tabular data stream packets, network packets, sir, packets. Okay, so in the form of TDS packets, it will make the communication from the operating system to your SQL server. Sir, if you are not getting, let me know. Okay, again I can repeat. Yes, no, everyone is so silent, sir. That's what my worry. Okay, so once it connect to the operating system, okay, it will interact with your SQL server with the help of this protocol, sir. I will show you practically, sir. If I stop all the protocols, your SQL server will down, sir. అంటే మీరు అన్ని protocols ని స్టాప్ చేస్తే ఎంటైర్ మీ SQL will down, sir. Means your SQL services will down. So make sure that you should run any one of the protocol. That is a very critical, sir. One of the layer this is. Okay, your protocol is making a bridge between your between your client and SQL server. Your client and SQL server via TDS packets. So this concept came from the Sybase, sir, actually. Okay, you know about SQL is started from the Sybase itself. Okay, so Sybase organization and Microsoft and Astron Tata worked together and they started implementing SQL Server. You already know, sir. So this is the feature which is already using for the Sybase. So that feature is also used in the SQL Server till now, sir. Till now, till now also till 2022. Okay, SQL Server 2022, we are using the same concept. Okay, so whenever user will send a request, that will connect to the SQL Server via TDS, tabular data stream packets. That is nothing but network packets, sir. So use it to transfer the data between a database and the client. So whatever the user is sending request, that need to send to the SQL. Whatever SQL is response, that need to send to the user. Both is taken care by this network layer. Got you? Question? No questions? Yes, no, online people?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. So we have actually we have four protocol layers, sir, in the year SQL Server 2000. Okay, in the later on, Microsoft made with the only three protocols, that is shared memory, named pipes, TCP/IP. Sir, when I will go for shared memory, when I will go for named pipes, when I go for TCP/IP, sir, this is very important now. Now you know, sir, concept means, so this is the layer, okay, where your data is transferring, means data is passing from client to server, server to client in the form of TDS, in the form of TDS, transparent tabular data stream packets. That is the network protocol, sir. So what is the shared memory? Sir, when you will go for shared memory means, okay, sir, for example, take my laptop, sir. in my laptop, SQL is already installed, sir, and SSMS is the client. Sir, SQL Server Management Studio is the client which Microsoft is provided, sir. Like for Oracle, there is a Toad, there is SQL Plus. For MySQL, there is Workbench. So these are the tools, sir. If you wanted to connect to the SQL, if you wanted to connect to the Oracle, if you wanted to connect to the MySQL, so by default they will provide a tool. Like for SQL Server, so Microsoft provided SQL Server Management Studio. Microsoft provided SQL Server Management Studio, sir. He provided SQL Server Management Studio to connect to the SQL Server. Sir, assume this is a client. Sir, this is also client only. So client and server in the same mission means your SQL, sorry, sir, your SQL and your client will be in the same mission. Then by default, it will use the shared memory. Getting my point? So whenever your client and server on the same mission, by default it will use shared memory. So assume, sir, your client is in some other mission, your server is in some other mission. So take two laptops, sir. I'm having two servers. One is Dal SQL 198, one is Cal SQL, okay, 45. These are the two servers, sir. This is one server, this is one server. If your client is available in this server and your SQL is available in this server, your SQL is available in this server. Now, if you wanted to make the communication between this server to this server, it will use TCP/IP. So TCP/IP is the widely used protocol, sir. So mostly whenever we are uh, in the degrees and the BTech also, you will get the TCP/IP protocol, sir. It is one of the widely used protocol where we can access remotely. Where we can access remotely means from one server to another server we can make the communication. So that protocol is TCP/IP. If your client and your database on the same server, we will use shared memory. మీ క్లయింట్ సర్వర్ ఒకే సర్వర్లో ఉంటే సార్ బై డిఫాల్ట్గా షేర్ మెమరీ యూస్ చేసుకుంటుంది. మీ క్లయింట్ వచ్చి ఒక సర్వర్లో, సర్వర్ వచ్చేసి ఇంకొక సర్వర్లో ఉంటే టీసీపీఐపీని యూస్ చేసుకుంటుంది సార్ టు మేక్ ద కమ్యూనికేషన్. క్లియర్? నాట్ క్లియర్ సార్?
Clear, sir.
Okay, in that case, if I disable the shared memory, so still I want to use it in the same computer or device.
You
So
can, it
in
will
the
work with the TCP/IP, sir. It will work with
TCP/IP,
TCP.
okay.
Yeah.
But if I disable the TCP/IP, but we not able to connect the database through the network, right?
No, I will
Okay.
show you,
And
sir,
how about
practically.
okay? How about the name pipes?
That's what, sir, I'm explaining. Okay. So when you
Okay.
will go for named pipes, sir, again, one thing, sir, as a best practice, we never enable the named pipes, sir. As per Microsoft recommended, mostly we never encourage to enable the named pipes. Mostly you should use the TCP/IP protocol, sir. Widely used protocol. Then what is named pipes, Subbu? Very simple, sir. Okay. So if you go for you know about the LAN ports, right? LAN. Every laptop there will be one LAN port. Yes or no? For your laptop will also maybe
Yeah.
most of the people who are in India they know, sir. Mostly in desktop also there will be LAN connection. Mostly for laptop will also they will have one LAN port. Sir,
Yeah.
whenever your client and server is interacting with the LAN, sir, okay, then we will use the named pipes. Again, I'm repeating, sir. If your client and server is interacting with the LAN cable, then we should enable named pipes. So very rare case, sir, your application team will request, please enable named pipes because mostly it will be in disabled state only. We never enable, sir. Either we'll use the shared memory or we will use this TCP. Mostly use a TCP IP protocol, sir, and shared memory is also enabled. By default, it will be enabled, sir. No need to touch. So when we will enable named pipe, sir, whenever our client and server is interacting with that LAN cable, then only we will enable. Then how we came to know, Subbu? Application team will tell us, sir. We are making a bridge between our client and server using the LAN. Can you please enable the named pipes? Because that is their application compatibility. Okay, that is their application compatibility, sir. Without LAN, that application won't works. So for that purpose only, they are requesting to enable the LAN. So they already enable the LAN, sir. Due to LAN, it is making communication. We will enable the named pipes so that it will work, sir. The bridge will works.
And what is the purpose of TCP IP? So that is also related to the network, right?
No
That is
need,
also
sir,
related to
because
the LAN.
yeah, yes, but no need any LAN interaction, sir. Means so, for
No, it
example, that
doesn't make sense. LAN port
got it,
is anyway the
got it.
communication is going through the TCP IP.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how
But
come?
that
Yeah,
Yes.
even my doubt is that how come? What is the difference between the same named pipes
connection
and
string, no, connection
yeah,
string,
correct.
sir.
Okay,
Connection string means how you are passing the connection string is very important, right? So when you are
okay.
trying to
Because see,
connect to the SQL server, what is the connection you are passing? So when you go
huh,
for named pipe, the connection string is different.
huh, huh. Okay,
Sampath, you got it right. When you are passing connection string to the SQL server, the string will be different, sir.
What kind of connection? Can you give more details?
Yeah. So for example, if I'm connecting to the SQL, okay, this is the
Mm.
connection string. Just I'm passing instance name. But if you wanted to connect with the named pipes, from application point of view, they will pass the different. So I will show you tomorrow, sir.
yeah, it
Okay,
will
okay.
be good if you see
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, I
as
will
an
show you.
example.
No, no,
Huh.
I will show you example. Yeah, no worries.
Sure, Subbu, thank you.
That is only one, sir. Connection string is very important. Okay. So because that's you were good, you were right. Even I will also, whenever I just starting my career, I will also little bit confused because the bridge is making with the TCP IP only. Why we need specially enable named pipes? That's what even Microsoft is telling. We never should enable named pipes as best practice. Okay, but why? Because there is application compatibility and we are passing a different connection string. Okay, I will show you tomorrow, so Tamo, no worries. Then you will get better idea. Yep.
Sure.
Okay, not okay. So this is the one of the layer of your entire database engine, sir. That is network protocol. Okay, there is one more layer, sir. One more protocol in SQL Server 2000. Okay, that is nothing but VIA, VIA, Virtual Interface Adapter, VIA, sir, VIA protocol, VIA. So there are four protocols, are actually. Whenever SQL started, VIA, Virtual Interface Adapter. Okay, sir, whenever your client and server is interacting via Wi-Fi, we used to enable VA, sir, but really I not get this opportunity. Okay, but whenever I just read the articles, this is the information we got it, sir. VIA, whenever your client and server is interacting with via Wi-Fi, we used to enable VIA protocol, sir. But how the connection is out of, we never enable, and that is not at all best
Yeah,
practice. So that is the
this
reason
is Azure
Microsoft has been
as named
completely
pipes.
disabled. Yeah. So just add on, sir. This is you no need to highlight anyone, but because whenever we are creating a resume, right, we will include I am having experience from SQL Server 2000 to 2022, 2000 to 2022, sir. So that reason I'm just highlighting this point. Otherwise, I can skip this point. Okay. If someone is asking, what about VIA? You should
Correct.
not on a blank mind, sir. Just pass some
Great.
add-on. That's it.
Yeah, it's
But
good,
no
good.
more, sir. VIA is no more. We have only three, sir. Shared memory, named pipes, TCP/IP. Yep.
You mean to say the feature is not available for the latest version, or it's going to be implemented in the upcoming versions?
No, sir. It's completely disabled. No more, sir. No more from SQL 2005 onwards.
2005 and it's okay.
Yeah. They
Just
completely
an
now.
interview point of view, right? We
Just
can.
in case if someone, sir, no one will ask about this VAA, sir. Again, if someone is highlighting, at least you can add some points, right? That's what I just pass some information.
Correct. Thank you. Thank you, Subbu.
Clear? Not clear? First
Clear,
layer,
sir.
sir. Now, so once we are good at the protocol layer, then we can go for the database engine, sir. That is our next layer. That is our next layer, sir. So, sir, when you any questions, sir, before I go to the database engine? Again, I'm simple, sir. Uh, Whenever you are sending a request like insert or update or delete, first it will connect to the operating system, then it will connect to the SQL server with help of this protocol. Again, sir, there are lot. Again, sir, there are lot. We should know about TLS protocol, SSL protocols. We should know about NDLM authentication, Kerberos authentication. There are lots, sir. Still, I am not discussing anything that concept here. We will discuss in the advanced level. Okay, don't think only this is the one uh, who, where we are transferring the data, receiving the data. We are other protocols as well, sir. That is also very important because your data need to be encrypted. Your data need to be encrypted when it is sending to the client, when it is receiving to the server. Yes or no? How the encryption is placing by SQL server, sir. There are other protocols are also available that we'll discuss in the advanced level. SSL protocols, TLS protocols, okay, authentications, how it is authenticating, NTLM authentication, Kerberos authentication. What is the difference between NTLM authentication, Kerberos authentication? Okay, I hope yesterday itself I completed this concept for previous batch over the night. Okay, all this concept you will get in the advanced level, sir. All this concept you will get in the advanced level. Okay, no worries on that part. So as a starting your journey, your career, this is too good for you, sir. Okay, and one more point is very important interview question. What is the default port number of SQL server? 1433, sir. Nothing but what is the port number for TCP/IP? That is not SQL port number, sir. That is TCP/IP port number actually. Everyone will call it as a SQL server port number, SQL server port number. Okay, that is not a wrong, that is also right terminology, but actual is what is your port number for TCP/IP? By default 1433. 1433 is the default port number of SQL server. Very important interview question, sir. Make a note down. What is the default port number? 1433. Can I change it? Yes, you can, sir. Everything you will get practical, sir. Hold on. Once we complete theoretical, we go for practical. Is it fine, right, everyone? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Subbu.
So yeah. So default port number of TCP/IP is 1433. A default port number of SQL Server is 1433. Okay. Make a note, sir. Very important interview question. What is the default port number? It's a basic to basic question, sir. Very basic question. This one is okay. Don't forget. Okay. So whenever if someone is asking what is the default port number of SQL Server, you should tell 1433. Can I change? Yes, sir. You can change. Okay, I will show you, sir, all that concepts. Okay, now once we step over after the protocol, there is a main layer that is nothing but database engine. That is what we are connecting, sir. Okay, so whenever you are trying to connect to the SQL, we are connecting to the database engine. Okay, so database engine is core component of entire SQL server, sir, which is processing your transactions, queries, securities, okay, exception, a lot, sir. It is going to do everything. So in overall your career, you will connect to the database engine, and you are doing everything from here itself, sir. And this is how your SQL looks like once you install the SQL server. Okay, so once you install the SQL server, once you connect to the SQL server, this is how it will look like. You can create the database, you can perform inserts, update, deletes, create, modify, whatever you want, sir. Whatever you want, you can do everything here. So once you make bridge to the database engine, now your query start processing. Like, what is your query, sir? It can be select or insert or update, right? It will start processing. So database engine is the core component of entire database in entire your SQL server, which is processing your query, securities, transactions, everything it is processing, sir. Okay, now, so when you start digging inside, okay, no worries, sir. Again, finally I will share all the architectures which is provided by Microsoft documents. Okay, so if you want to go through it, you can go through it, sir, but this is enough for you. Okay, because we are discussing everything theoretically, how it is flowing. Once it connect to the database engine, again we have two major engines, sir. One is relational engine, one is storage engine. One is relational engine, so this is entirely relational engine, sir. This is entirely your storage engine. Command parser, query optimizer, query executor are the major component of your relational engine. Access method, buffer manager, buffer pool, transaction manager, caches all belong to the storage engine. So when you start digging the database engine, we have two main engines, sir. One is relational engine, one is storage engine. One is relational engine, one is storage engine. In relational engine, again we have three components: command parser, query optimizer, query executor. Okay, so when you go for storage engine, access method, buffer manager, buffer pool, transaction manager. These are the major components, sir. So that is what we are going to discuss. Yep, clear? Not clear? See, database engine is the core of SQL Server architecture that provides the layer between your client connection using the available protocols and the SQL OS. These are the main, sir. DB engine represents the logical architecture of SQL Server, which contains or the works with the physical architecture and relational engine. That's what we discussed, right? So it is a major component of entire your SQL Server, sir. Everything here you are performing once you connect to the database engine. Command parser, query optimizer, query executor, or belongs to the relational engine. So once you perform select statements, or see, so for example, I wanted to read the data, sir. Okay, so I wanted to read the data. So for example, I wanted to read the data. So select star from, okay, sales order details. So for example, I wanted to read. So when you run this command, it is trying to read the data and it is providing your results, sir. Almost 1,21,317 rows are available, and you are able to see the data. You are able to see the data, sir. Like there is one more table called big. Okay, so sales order big. If you try to start reading the data, it will take a lot of time because this table contains 5 billion records. Okay, this table contains 5 billion records. Almost the table size is 5 GB, sir. And it is very small only. In real world, you will see huge number of data, sir. In real world, you will see huge number of data. So whenever you are performing select statement or insert or update or delete, okay, so once it make a communication to the SQL database engine, first it will go to the relational engine. Once it go to the relational engine, first it will check the syntax. Your command parser will check the syntax, sir. Again, I'm repeating, sir. Your command parser will check the syntax, whatever the syntax you written, right? Okay, whether that is a valid or invalid. So, for example, this is actual syntax, sir. By mistakenly, I added some value by mistakenly, sir, and I am running this select statement. See, invalid object name, invalid username, invalid password. You are getting response or not? Yes, no,
Yes,
online
sir.
people.
Yes, yes.
Yes or no? So your command parser will check the syntax. Your command parser will check the syntax, sir. First, the major is it will check the syntax, whatever you are returning, sir. So that's what here I mentioned clearly. Okay. So when I go here, see, parser is general terms which means the transforming from one language to another language. This is next, sir. Okay. It contexts the computers. Parser is the activity in which the user inputs. This is something which I wanted to discuss. Okay. Sir, first it will check the syntax error. That is the first point. Next point is, sir, you can understand easily. Select a star from sales order details. But how SQL can understand? This is the high level language, sir. Even when you go for C, C++, Java or any, sir, internally, internally, your high level language will convert into low level language. That you can call it as a mission level language. Agree, not agree? Yes or no? Even when you go for C, C++, Java also, internally the language will convert, sir. Otherwise, your mission cannot understand. Like same, your parser will convert this language into low level language by preparing query tree. By preparing query tree, sir. It will prepare the query tree. Logical. Sir, this is physical. This is actual query, sir. But logically, to understand SQL, it will prepare the query tree. It will prepare the query tree. What is that query tree means? Tree, sir, tree. Like how many tables you are calling, okay? How many columns you are trying to perform, okay? It will prepare one tree structure, which which SQL can understand very easily. Which SQL can understand very easily, sir. So your command parser will check the syntax, and also it will start converting your language, high level language to low level language by preparing query tree. By preparing query tree means nothing, sir. It is binding. What is that query mean? Means it is binding, sir, all your tables along with the columns what you are trying to retrieve. So that is everything will be done by your command parser. Questions? Sir, getting, not getting? Very important, sir. Command parser will check the syntax error and it will start converting your language to the low level language by preparing the query tree. Query tree is nothing but, okay, binding the tables means this is a simple select statement, sir. Okay, if I'm using inner join sales dot sales order details, okay, so outer join, okay, sales dot sales order headers. Okay, and I'm just making, okay, so I'm just making some where class where sales dot sales order okay, no, I need to make it alias name as SB as ESD alias name, sir. Sir, all this concept we are going to discuss, no need to worry. Okay, just simply I'm showing, sir. So sh dot, okay, create table equal to sd dot, these are all, you no need to worry, sir. This everything will be done by your developers. You no need to design, sir. You never design. So for example, your query this much complex, this is also very small query only, sir. There will be very complex queries, sir. They will design like 500 lines, 600 lines, 1000 lines they will design. Okay, now what it will do, it will first check the syntax, and it will start identifying whether this table is part of this database or not, whether this column is part of this database or not. So it will start, okay, identifying all the tables, resolving all the objects name, and bind them, and make one tree structure, logical understanding, sir. Logical, not physical, logical structure it will create. Yep. No. Yes. Question, sir. Are you there, online people?
Yeah. We are good.
Okay. Sir, once it prepares the query tree, okay, it will go to the optimizer. This is the second component of relational engine, sir. Once it prepare the query tree, it will go to the optimizer. So again, sir, here I am not discussing anything about optimizer that much level, because optimizer is the one of the major components, sir. It's like a heart to enter your database engine, sir. It's like a heart to the entire database engine, your optimizer. I can't explain you in 5 minutes, sir. 5 to 10 minutes. So I used to take a separate session, almost 2 to 3 hours, and I will explain about the optimizer, sir. Okay, at the advanced level, advanced performance tuning level. Okay, only optimizer, sir, because that is very critical for us. Now, sir, once the query tree is prepared, it will go to the optimizer. What optimizer, sir? So in a simple lay terms, optimizer will prepare the execution plan. What optimizer will do, sir? Optimizer will prepare the execution plan. So for example, sir, take your family or your friends. You decided to go for tour, a trip. You will plan, right, sir? How many days, how much budget, how many people, and where we need to stay, what are the places we need to cover, okay, and each place how many days I need to spend. Okay, you will prepare one plan or not? Yes, no? Yes, right,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Like same, like same, optimizer will also prepare the plan. Like same, your optimizer will also prepare the plan, sir. That plan is based on your cost, based on selectivity. Very, very important term, sir. Your optimizer will prepare the plan. Okay, I can agree. But how it is preparing, sir? Based on the cost. Sir, from our point of view, cost is nothing but money. Kada? Manaku money is important, sir. We'll see the budget first. Yes or no? Yes? Money is
Yes.
our
Yes.
more. Like same, when you go to the SQL point of view, cost is nothing but CPU, memory, IO. How much CPU, how much memory, how much IO. Cost. From our point of view, money, sir. From SQL point of view, cost. Cost is nothing but CPU, memory, IO. Means how much CPU I need to grant, how much memory I need to grant, how many IOPS that user is performing. All this will consider along with selectivity. How much data you are trying to retrieve. Selectivity, how much data, sir? Based on that, your optimizer will prepare the execution plan. Your optimizer will prepare the execution plan, sir. Based on that only, selectivity along with the cost. But backend there is lots, sir. Again, I am not uh, backend. There is a lot. Backend there is a concept called stats. The people who are already working as a SQL, they can understand, sir. There is a concept called stats, update stats. So update stats is the backbone for optimizer, sir. Update stats is the backbone for optimizer. So that's what, sir. The people who are starting career, definitely they can't understand nothing. So that's the reason I'm just simply telling two words. Optimizer will prepare the execution plan based on two. One is the cost, one is the selectivity. Cost is nothing but CPU, memory, IO. Selectivity is nothing but how much data. How much data, sir? Okay, that is the selectivity. Yes, and it will choose the best plan only, sir. And cheap plan means low cost, sir. Low cost. Okay, optimizer will prepare the best plan. Clear? Not clear. In a simple lay terms, I explain, sir. No worries. Again, we have two sessions related to the optimizer because optimizer is the entire heart to the database engine, sir. I cannot explain you in a simple 5 to 10 minutes. And I can't explain you in the day one itself about what is this, everything internally it is doing. Any questions? Very, 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 very important concept in entire your database engine, sir. Optimizer. So optimizer will prepare the execution plan based on the cost and based on the selectivity.
Cost, what do you mean?
How much memory I need to grant to your query, sir? Means if you
Okay.
wanted to perform this select statement, so how much memory I need to grant? How much CPU I need to grant? How many IOPS you are trying to perform? So that all it will measure, sir. That is the
Okay.
cost.
Okay.
See, these,
For
sir,
yeah.
for example, uh, order by line total. Okay, I don't want go for big, sir. It will take a lot of time. Let me go for execution plans. Yeah, here, sir. How many operators you are getting, and each operator, what is the cost? 22%, 0%, 54%, 24%, 0%, 0%. What is the cost? Are you able to see costs are here? Let me zoom it, sir. Are you able to see the cost, sir? This one here, cost. Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Again, sir, that's what I want to tell you. Okay, no worries as of now. Just make it two notes, two important points only. We'll start digging, sir. I wanted to explain all this concept to understand how the optimizer is behaving with live demos, sir. No need to worry. Everything I will show you practical only with live
Yeah,
examples.
sorry. Yeah, I can see that. I got disconnected. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So your optimizer will prepare the plan based on the cost and based on the selectivity. Okay. Up to now, this is the 2 points are good, sir. Is enough. Okay. Once you become stronger in SQL Server, I will explain all these other concepts, sir. From where it is getting the information, how it is processing. Very important, sir. This are all very important. See, we should know about what is this uh, thick line, what is this thin line. There will be very small thin lines, sir. What is about thin line, thick line? What is this operator? What is this operator? All this, sir. So this is the plan. For this select statement, your SQL server created a plan. And sir, the plan will be changed based on your data, based on your query, sir. See, I am just running this select statement now. Okay, I am not choosing order by class. Order by. When I run, the plan will be different. See, sir, now the plan will be changed. There is no sort operator, there is no parallelism, nothing. Nothing, sir. If I'm just adding a order by class to the same select statement, okay, see, now again entirely the plan is changing, and you are getting sort operator, okay, a compute scalar, parallelism. You are getting multiple operators, sir. So based on your query, okay, based on your operators, whatever operators you are getting, and each operator, what is the cost? So it contains lots of formulas, sir. Hope you are getting right. Yes, no? Okay. Right now it's not a right time, sir, to discuss all these concepts. It will confuse you a lot. Okay. Right now, just make a note. 1 second, sir. Someone is calling. Okay. So, as of now, you just remember
Yeah,
optimizer will
that's good.
prepare the
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it's
prepare
good
the
which you
execution
said.
plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is the cost base and selectivity base. How, what formulas it is using, how it is using, no worries, sir. We will discuss. Okay. Because there are a lot of steps, sir. Again, I need to explain a lot. So every for optimizer itself, we prepare one a concept. There is a concept called stats. Again, I need to explain all this. What is the stats? What is histogram? What is density factor? What is cardinality estimation? Okay. So all this will consider, sir. Okay, one very important concepts in the interview point of view, in the real world point of view, sir. Forget about interview. I'm just worrying about the real world. So when you are starting tuning the queries, so all this very important. How the histogram looks like, how the density factor looks like, how the cardinal, what is the cardinality estimation, what is the enhancement done for the cardinality estimation, since when the change has been made. All this concept. I don't want new cardinality estimation. I want old cardinality estimation. There are lots, sir. Again, okay, I don't want disturb all this right now. Okay, forget about. We'll discuss later, sir. This is what advanced level. Each and every concept, whatever we are discussing, you will get live demos, live practicals, index, blockings, weights, stats, CPU, memory, query. Okay, IO. IO I can't show you practically, sir, because I don't have a live demo to stress my disk. Okay, except IO, I will show everything practical, sir. Memory, CPU, query, everything. Okay, I am not a developer. Okay, firstly, I can't design the queries. I'm a pure code DBA, sir. Now, I hope you understand about optimizer, right, sir? Everyone? Yes? No?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Sampath?
So one
So,
question, sir. It's
yes.
optimizer in general. It's a kind of a Google map.
Sorry.
It's in general optimizer. It's a kind of a Google map, like a different location. When I choose a Google map, now it choose a different location, right? So it's a kind of.
Yeah, Like it's kind of same, ma'am. So it kind of like choosing multiple plans. First, it will prepare the multiple plans, and it will start choosing the best plan, nothing but lowest cost. Always, optimizer will choose the lowest cost plan, but sometimes it will also behave very differently, sir. Very differently. Due to this plan only, your performance will impact, sir. So again, due to this, sir, this is very important. When you go for start reading, this is very important. How to read the plan. Based on the plan only, your query will run, sir. Okay, if optimizer is not preparing that much plan. So for example, ma'am, I will give you one example. Okay, a generic example. Assume you everyone assume you started making one function. Okay, maybe birthday function. Assume, sir, it's a birthday function, and your dad inform you that okay, almost 500 to 600 people will come. Start preparing for 500 to 600. So you already started preparing for 500 to 600. It's already done, sir. But suddenly, when function started, okay, almost 1,000 relatives reach to your home, sir. Now what you will do? 1,000. You prepared only for 600, but thousands are finally you came to know 1,000. Now it's very pressure, right? Yes or no? Yes,
Yes,
right,
sir.
sir. Like same, sir. Optimizer prepare one plan. It feel that that plan is good, but when it go to runtime, may change. When it will change, that is what very important here. When that's what's are very important. What all we are going to discuss. Okay, so even in generic world also we are facing the same issues, sir. When you go for marriage, when you go for birthday functions, when you go for any ceremony, you start preparing for certain number of count, but unfortunately maybe less. If less, no problem, sir, I can agree. But if it more, very challenge. Like same kind of challenge, even in SQL, if we go for Oracle, definitely will face. So how to see the challenges, how to fix those challenges, how to identify those challenges, that is the DBA task, sir. That is what DBA task. That is what you are tuning. Okay. Hope now you everyone clear, sir.
Yeah, very clear. Yeah.
Okay. Now, sir, once optimizer will prepare the plan, okay, your plan will be stored in the plan cache, sir. Again, once it prepare the plan, okay, once it prepare the plan, your plan will be stored in the plan cache. Your plan will be stored in the plan cache. Next time, again, sir, next time, if you are running the same, if you are running the same select statement, sir. So if I'm running the same select statement once again, if you are running the same select statement once again, and you are making no changes, no changes to the query, you are running the same select statement, it will get the plan from the plan cache. So first it will verify any plan is available in the plan cache for that query. If the plan is available, it will choose the same plan. If there is no plan, it will start the creating the plan, and that plan will be stored in the plan cache. Got it? సో ఫస్ట్ మీరు ఏ క్వరీ రన్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఆ ప్లాన్ ఉందా లేదా అని చెక్ చేసుకుంటుంది అన్ని ప్లాన్ క్లాసులో. ఇన్ కేస్ ఉంటే సేమ్ ప్లాన్ నే యూస్ చేసుకుంటుంది. ఇన్ కేస్ ప్లాన్ లేకపోతే ఇట్ విల్ స్టార్ట్ ప్రిపేరింగ్ ద ప్లాన్ ఫర్ యువర్ క్వరీ. Once the plan is prepared, sir, once this plan is prepared, then it will go to the executor. Then it will go to the executor. Okay, then it will go to the executor, sir. Where it is? Yeah, it will go to the executor. Once the plan is prepared, it will go to the executor. But in relational engine, okay, in relational engine, no data is maintaining, sir. No data. Nothing. It is just processing your query. Your relational engine is processing your query. There is no data. There is no data. Sir, your relational engine is nothing but processing the query, sir. It is not maintaining any data. So who is maintaining data? Your storage engine. So what exactly your query executor will do, sir? Your executor will send request to the access method. Hey, I got a request for so and so client. Can you please provide me data? So your query executor will send request to the access method, which is the part of your storage engine. Now that is the main components is these three, sir. Command parser, query optimizer, query executor. So once the optimizer prepares the plan, it sends to the executor. Executor starts executing the plan, but there is no data. So to get the data, to spin the data, executor will send a request to the storage engine. Under storage engine, it will send request to the access method. Okay, not okay. Till here, everyone clear, sir? Till access method?
Hello.
Can you explain
Yes.
this same again?
Yeah. See, sir, in relational engine, we are not maintaining any data, sir. If you are performing select statement, you need this data, right, sir? Yes. But there is no
Yeah.
data in relational engine, sir. So what exactly it will do once this plan is prepared? Okay. So to fulfill this plan, so it will send a request to the storage engine. Hey, this is the request I got from so and so user. I want data. In storage engine, it will send request to the access method. It will send request to the access method. Request to the access method, sir. Access method contains multiple APIs. APIs, sir. Application Programming Interface. API stands for Application Programming Interface. So access method can understand whether it is a select statement, whether it is a select statement, whether it is a non-select statement. Sir, you can perform two kind of operations, sir. One is select statement, one is non-select statement. What is non-select statement, sir? Insert, update, delete, create, all these are non-select statement. So access method, once your executor sends request to the access method inbuilt, sir, inbuilt, it contains multiple APIs, application programming interface, that can easily understand whether it is a select statement, whether it is a non-select statement. Today I am discussing about select statement. Tomorrow I will explain you non-select statement, sir. Is it fine, everyone? Yes?
Yeah, good. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, yes. So it understand, okay, for example, I am performing select statement, sir. I am performing select statement. Now it understand, okay, user is performing select statement, but access method is also doesn't maintain any data, sir. So what access method do? Access method will send request to the buffer manager. Buffer manager is nothing but your RAM. Your RAM, sir, your RAM. Okay? Your RAM, sir, our RAM. Technically, you can call it as a RAM. Okay? So access method will send request to the buffer manager. In the buffer manager, we have buffer pools. Buffer pools, sir, pools. In buffer pools, we have plan cache, data cache, log cache. We have multiple caches. We have multiple caches, sir, like uh, plan cache, l- data cache, log cache, okay, log cache. Out of this is very important. Data cache is very important. Okay, data cache is very important, sir. Now, for your understanding, sir, when you go to the bank, sir, don't take very negatively why you are explaining bank and Flipkart. All you can understand easily, sir. When you go to the bank, there will be main locker, sir. And when you go to the accountant to deposit or to withdraw, they will maintain the small cash rate, sir. Or they will directly go to the main locker and they will get the amount. What they will do, sir, whenever you wanted to withdraw the amount when you go to the bank, from the cashier only, right? They will give the amount or they will make amount, and finally at 4 o'clock, 4:30, they will take all the amount from the cashier and they will kept in the main locker. Yes or no? Yes?
Yes, sir.
No.
Yes, sir.
Like
Yes, sir.
same, like same. Okay. Your complete data, whatever you are performing, select, insert, update, delete, whatever you are performing, it will spin in the buffer first. Buffer will plays a major role, sir. Buffer is nothing but memory, RAM. So whatever, sir, you are performing, insert or update or delete or select, whatever, it will perform in the RAM, because RAM is much faster than disk. SQL Server loves memory. Again, first word, sir, I am telling. SQL Server will loves memory. Oracle will loves memory, because memory is more faster when compared to the disk. Okay, that is how whatever you are performing, sir, insert or update or delete or whatever, select, it will spin in memory. It will spin in memory only, sir. So your access method will send request to the buffer manager. In buffer manager, we have the buffer pools. In buffer pool, we have plan cache, data cache, log cache. So we have caches, sir. Now like this, sir. If I wanted to show you image, okay. So whenever it got from to the method, access method request to the buffer manager. Buffer manager will request to the buffer pool. So in buffer pool, the main is data cache, sir. Data cache. So it, one second, sir. It will verify any data is available for this select statement in the cache. Sir, for this select statement, whether this data is available in the data cache or not, first it will verify. If there is no data, if there is no data, it will get the data from the database. So, sir, again, I told you, right? Hold for 2 days, sir. 2 days. You will get crystal clear, sir. It's very difficult to understand now. I can't explain about again the database now. Tomorrow I'm going to explain the storage as well. Okay, day after tomorrow I will explain another flow. Then you will get better understanding, sir. Make it just note. In within
Yeah,
two
this
to
is
three
good.
days,
Yeah.
within 2 to 3 days, you will get better understanding, sir. So currently in data cache, assume, sir, currently in data cache there is no data. Sir, when you are running first time, okay, how buffer knows, sir, whether I need to place the data here? No, right, sir. When you are running first time, so when you are running first time, there will be no data in buffer. No data in buffer, sir. Now what it will do? It will get the data from database, and it will place one copy in data cache, and that copy will send to the user. Clear? Not clear, sir. Yes? No?
Yeah,
Can you
clear.
repeat, sir?
Again, I will repeat, sir. So see, sir, your executor will send request to the access method, sir. I got so and so request. Can you please provide me data? So now what will happen? It access method will verify whether it is a select statement, non-select statement. Being it is a select statement, it will go to the buffer manager. In the buffer manager, again we have buffer pools. In buffer pool, we have the data cache. It will verify any data is available. This data is available in the buffer pool or not. Currently, there is no data. Currently, there is no data in buffer pool. So, what it will do? It will get this data from the database. It will get the data from the database, and it will place one copy in the buffer, and that data will send to the user, and user can see the data.
So bufferful has data, correct?
No, in bufferful we have caches, sir. Caches in
Cache,
bufferful, like a
memory
data
cache.
cache, plan cache. Yeah, like a cache, sir. You can call it as a RAM only, but small caches, sir. Caches.
Okay. So from that it will directly execute as a
No, it will send
database.
data to the sense. It will send data to the executor. Then executor will execute, and it will provide the output to the user, sir, end user.
Okay.
Then only you are
Okay.
able
So
to see.
it has a, if it has a data without going to database, it will directly execute.
Yes, sir.
So buffer manager is in the sense RAM of the server, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Sir, that
So
data
suppose
will store in it temporary storage or like permanent,
Temporary, sir.
sir?
Cache is temporary, right, sir?
Cache.
A very good question.
Yes.
Cache is temporary. When you restart the server, gone. When you
Okay, sir.
restart the server, gone. Again, cache will be erased. But physically, your data will be stored in databases, sir. No worries.
Yes, yes, sir.
Why select or not select statement? We want all the data.
You will perform these two only, right, sir?
Yeah, but we need all the statements. Why it is
No,
separate, not
no. I
statement?
am explaining when you are performing select statement, how the data is processing. Tomorrow, I will explain when you are performing insert, how the data is processing. Then you will get better idea. Ravi, getting?
Yes, sir.
Today, I just explained when you are performing select statement, how your data is processing internally.
Okay. There is a two different methods. Select is a different method, and not select statements is a different method.
Correct, sir. Yes. Because whenever you are inserting, when you are updating, when you are deleting, that need to store in database, sir.
Yes.
Select nothing, sir. You are reading nothing
Just
but your bank statement. Your bank statement, sir. Select is nothing but your bank statement, your electricity bill, your mobile bill. Just you are reading, sir. Nothing apart from nothing. But when you are performing insert, update, delete, the process is entirely different, sir.
okay.
Right. So initially, when there is when we pulling the data, like selecting the data, if data is not in the data cache, it will fetch the data from the disk, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So okay, it will keep in the data cache.
Yes, sir.
So
I
once
can
the
show.
optimizer prepare the
I can show you, sir.
one more optimizer prepare the plan, it will keep in the plan cache, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, is there any way to find the size of the cache?
Yes, sir. Yes, that's what. I am not discussing anything in depth. See, sir, your cache, buffer pool, 2 GB, almost 3 GB, sir, it is storing.
So
That's
these
what
are
I
like
am.
data cache,
Yeah, I am
plan
not
cache,
discussing. Yes, exactly. I
and
am not going for in depth. We'll see all this in live demo, sir. Once you become stronger in SQL.
if you want to clear the cache also we can clear, right?
Yeah, sir, we can clear DBCC pre-pro cache, DBCC cleanup buffer, drop cleanup buffer, DBCC system cleanup buffer, but don't run. Don't run in production. Next day, your manager will call. Hey, come on, Venkatesh, we need to discuss why you run. Okay, don't run, sir. We can. That's what
No,
all we will see, sir. There are fantastic scripts. I will provide you, sir,
no,
and I will
sometimes I'm
explain you in
getting
depth.
when I'm pulling like some bulk data, I'm getting like there is insufficient system memory in resource pool.
Yeah, yes, sir. Definitely, you
So
will get it.
that at that time I need to clear the cache.
Don't clear the cache, sir. That's what we cannot directly tell the clear the cache. You need to see uh, what is the memory cap you set it for SQL, sir. When you are running SSMS, okay, for example, sir, if you are running SSMS, you are not able to open the SSMS due to insufficient memory. SSMS
Yes.
itself is not able to open, sir. Why? Because that's what I told you, right? SQL loves memory. If you're not setting memory cap to the SQL, sir, if you're not restricting the memory to the SQL will consume overall server memory, and there is no memory to open SSMS, sir. So you need to restrict the SQL memory. Hey, means 80% you can set it to SQL, 20% you need to set it to Windows. Otherwise, SSMS or any third-party tools can't run, sir, because there is no memory. Whatever the memory you configured, sir, I'm having 16 GB of memory in my laptop. So if I'm setting 16 GB to SQL, how I can run SSMS, sir? If you wanted to run SSMS, if you wanted to run anything, sir, you need memory. But there is no memory because SQL is consumed overall memory, whatever you allocated to server. So you
No,
need
even
to
I
restrict.
no, even I restricted also. I'm getting that insufficient system memory. Then that time I need to increase the memory, right?
Yeah, there are lot of factors, sir. Again, I cannot tell you because when I go for memory, okay, there are not lot. Whether you are running SQL with conventional model, lockout based memory model. Again, you need to identify what is current memory is allocated to the SQL, whether there is any trim is happening, okay, and what is target server memory, total server memory, page life expectancy, memory transfer pending. And there are lots, sir. I cannot tell you directly.
Okay. Okay. One more
And
question. Like suppose if my server has 16 GB, I restricted SQL server 12 GB and I given my OS to 4 GB.
yeah,
If all 12 GB is consumed, it will not go beyond that.
no, sir, it won't go. In case it is going means there is something bug, there is something memory leakage, sir. అలా వెళ్తుంది అంటే ఎక్కడైనా మీకు బగ్ ఉండొచ్చు లేకపోతే మెమరీ లీకేజ్ అవ్వచ్చు సార్ సమ్ టైమ్స్ దెర్ విల్ బి మెమరీ లీకేజెస్
Okay.
బికాస్
No, that I heard SQL server's inbuilt feature. Whenever we assign the memory, it will fill the memory. It will take the memory from OS.
ఎస్ సార్ it will take whatever memory you allocated, right? That's what, sir.
Yeah.
That's what. There is a concept, sir. All this concept, when you start digging only, will can understand, especially with memory. Especially with memory, sir.
Okay.
And this is one of the good DMV, sir. DM underscore voice underscore process underscore memory to see how much SQL is currently using. Sir, currently almost SQL is using 2 GB, 2.5 GB. Your buffer pool is almost 2.8 GB, sir. Yes or no? Almost you are getting similar. Sir, don't see accurate values, okay? Because there will be system memories, a lot of other stuff also. That is also you need to consider. Almost whatever SQL is using, your buffer full is also similar. Yes or no? Like this, are you able to see?
Yes.
This is how,
Yes.
sir, there are lot of stuff, sir, memory. When you go for specially memory. So I'm going to take almost 3 sessions only on memory because we need to become more stronger on memory. So not like CPU or IO or something that's very easy, sir. But memory, we need to discuss a lot. First, we need to understand the concept of memory, sir. Yep. Yes. No. Clear. Everyone.
Yeah, clear, sir.
Any questions, sir, before we stop? Again, my request, sir, everyone try to join. Don't miss the sessions. First 10 sessions are very important. Okay. That is your base, sir. If you are strong at base, you can build like anything, sir. But how many floors you can build it, sir. Base is very important. So 10 days we are spending on only on base concepts. Okay, each and every point we'll discuss. You can stop me anytime. No worries.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Very good.
Sorry?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, what you said.
Oh, there,
Thanks
there,
so that we,
some other
yeah,
call. Okay, yeah, that's it for today, sir. Tomorrow we'll start with the storage, second part, part two. Okay, then we'll go for internals again. SQL's our internals only. All we are internals only, sir. Again, till next. Okay, please don't miss any sessions. Okay, again I'm telling, sir. Let me stop the recording.